The nature of man desires happiness. It is the nature of the soul to crave and thirst after well-being, and if it be under misery, it eagerly pants after relief. And the greater the misery is, the more eagerly doth it struggle for help. But if all relief be withholden, all strength overborne, all support utterly gone, then it sinks into the darkness of death. We can conceive but little of the matter. We cannot conceive what that sinking of the soul in such a case is. But to help your conception, imagine yourself to be cast into a fiery oven, or of a great furnace, where your pain would be as much greater than that occasioned by accidentally touching a coal of fire, as the heat is greater. Imagine also that your body were to lie there for a quarter of an hour, all the while full of quick sense. What horror would you feel at the entrance of such a furnace? And how long would that quarter of an hour seem to you? And after you had endured it for 1 minute, how overbearing would it be to you to think that you had to do it for another 14 minutes? But what would be the effect on your soul if you knew you must lie there enduring that torment to the full for 24 hours? And how much greater would be the effect if you knew you must endure it for a whole year? And how vastly greater still if you knew you must endure it for 1,000 years? Oh, then, how would your heart sink if you knew that you must bear it forever and ever? That there would be no end, that after millions and millions of ages your torment would be no nearer to an end than ever it was, and that you never, never should be delivered. But your torment in hell will be immensely greater than this illustration represents. How then will the heart of a poor creature sink under it? How utterly inexpressible and inconceivable must the sinking of the soul be in such a case? This is the death threatened in the law. This is dying in the highest sense of the word. This is to die sensibly, to die and know it, to be sensible of the gloom of death. This is to be undone. This is worthy of the name of destruction. This sinking of the soul under an infinite weight which it cannot bear is the gloom of hell. We read in Scripture of the blackness of darkness. This is it. This is the very thing. We read in Scripture of sinners being lost and of losing their souls. This is the thing intended. This is to lose the soul, that they are the subjects of this, are utterly lost. This subject may be applied in a use of awakening to impenitent sinners. What hath been said under this is for thee, O impenitent sinner, O poor wretch, who art in the same miserable state in which thou camest into the world, excepting that thou art loaded with vastly greater guilt by thine actual sins. These dreadful things which thou hast heard are for thee, who are yet unconverted, and still remainest an alien and a stranger, without Christ and without God in the world. They are for thee, who to this day remainest an enemy to God and a child of the devil, even in this remarkable season, when others, both here and elsewhere, far and near, are flocking to Christ. For thee, who hearest the noise, the fame of these things, but knowest nothing of the power of godliness in thine own heart. Whoever thou art, whether old or young, little or great, if thou art in a Christless, unconverted state, this is the wrath, this is the death to which thou art condemned. This is the wrath that abideth on thee. This is the hell over which thou hangest, and into which thou art ready to drop every day and every night. If thou shalt remain blind and hard and dead in sin a little longer, this destruction will come upon thee. God hath spoken, and he will do it. It is vain for thee to flatter thyself with hopes that thou shalt avoid it, or to say in thine heart, perhaps it will not be. Perhaps it will not be just so. Perhaps things have been represented worse than they actually are. If thou wilt not be convinced by the word preached to thee by men in the name of God, God himself will undertake to convince thee. Ezekiel 14:4, 7, and 8.